All right. Welcome back, everyone, to Curse of the Vistani, episode 42. When last we left off, you guys fought some goblins in a cart, and Curio did a cool flippy in the air and caught a arrow and flung it back at one of them.
Yes.
And
I accidentally harmed some
some
people that I
NPCs.
shouldn't have. And then felt bad and healed them.
Mm-hmm. And they pled for you to help them to check out a goblin camp that they thought their fellow villagers might be at. So they led you through the woods, and you guys set up camp and divided into two groups. One of the three druids that you're traveling with, Admonis, Pika, Callan, and Curio, are all on the scouting party to check out the goblin camp, and everyone else is staying in the camp with Saflin's hut. And Saflin couldn't come because she has to stay in her hut.
Saflin has put up Liamon's tiny hut. I would say that she would have done it. She would have pulled it up with everybody who intends to sleep in it at any point, and then they can leave freely out of it. But they do have to be gathered when it's cast to have permission to go in and out.
Right.
So we were not giving the druids a place in that because we would have hit the creature
limit
cap.
and it would have broken.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right. So the four of you, also San and Aurora are both not here tonight, unfortunately.
Yes.
So Saflin is going to be playing San as well, and Curio is going to be playing Aurora as well, when needed. So Firedale's invisible. Okay.
Callan is also invisible because I made him invisible last time.
Yeah, you cast invisibility on Callan.
I did on
on
Admonis.
Firedale. Oh, Admonis? I thought you did it
Never mind.
on Firedale.
No.
Okay,
it wasn't on Firebot. It was on Admonis.
Okay, you did it on Admonis.
Because I didn't know Firebot was going on the mission.
It's okay.
Okay. We'll retcon that a little bit. Because Admonis, as you go to offer him the invisibility, he says, no need. And then he holds up one of his hands, and there's a silver ring on his finger, and he just uses his other hand and kind of rubs the ring, and he turns invisible as well.
Like, someone throw it in the fire and see if there's words inside.
I'll just be like, ooh, that's a nifty trick. And then I'll walk over to Curio and touch him on the shoulder and turn him invisible instead.
Okay. So Pika's the only one that's not invisible then.
He will hopefully
Pika
not need
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the four of you, I don't know if Moro is coming too or not. But the four of you make your way towards the camp, the goblin camp, which is like good 10-minute walk, because you didn't want to get too close to the camp. But so you're creeping along, and you are coming up to a clearing. And you can see beyond this clearing these big wooden spiked walls in a circle in the center of this clearing. So what would you guys like to do?
Walk around it and see how big it is.
Where are the light sources? Are there lights outside the fences or no?
There are a couple different light sources. If you look on the map, there's one here. There's one at each of these 3 entrances. There is one light source,
Okay.
Okay.
basically just lighting up the entrances.
And just to reiterate what our goal is here, we're trying to make sure that their druid friends, or the people that were taken, are in fact here.
Mm-hmm.
And get what information we can to make it easy to break them out in the morning at first light. This is supposed to be a recon mission.
Not a go in and do things mission.
Correct, which Saflin made very clear to San. Last
Right.
session, it was said.
Alright, you should be able to control San now, Saflin.
Okay. I'll leave it up to y'all if Mora would be here or not.
Wait, that's...
Again,
I
I don't think
a
Moro
dire
would
wolf
be here
could
for
be
this.
very stealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like San may have left Moro behind to guard the cub.
Okay.
A panther, I think, could be more stealthy than a dire wolf.
Is that your way of saying you would like Luna to be here?
No.
Okay. Making sure.
I'm
Just
saying,
statement of fact.
I just think a panther would be more stealthy than a dire wolf.
I mean, cats can teleport.
Cats can teleport?
Yeah, you've never seen a cat go in one room and come out the other without ever seeing the cat go from the one to the other.
True. True. By the way, Meteor, when you're unblocking views for the map, are you unblocking it for the rest of us to see who aren't there?
Yeah, everyone will be able to see
Okay.
when I reveal.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not a selective fog of war.
Yeah, he don't have that option.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all or nothing. So I don't have a way of denoting bat form in the markers, so I'm just going to give it flying to denote that she is in her bat form.
Okay. Alright, so you all are coming from this bottom right corner. So first of all, you're coming up to this clearing. How are you doing that?
Sneakily.
Really?
Okay.
Being stealthy, San is going to look and try to find
Let's see.
the
There's
best
the
path
light.
to avoid the light sources.
So yeah, that would probably be the best place to come in because it's the furthest and not quite a straight line from them.
Okay.
Yeah, so she'd probably go into bat form and then head like this way.
Yep, because she has to stay completely in the dark.
Yep. She wants to be between the 2 light sources in the darkest spot possible between them.
Okay.
Also, who's going to notice a little bat?
I'd like everyone to roll stealth, please. Those of you who are invisible can roll with advantage.
Do I get double advantage?
For what?
Can I say that the cloak is on at this point?
Yeah, she can be in her bat form.
So she also gets advantage.
Yes, she would also get advantage as being a bat.
Okay.
Callum gets a 20, Curio a 22, San a 25, and Admonis is going to get a what is that? Dex? Yeah, Dex. $17. Not bad. Okay. So, tell me what you guys are doing then.
Waiting to see what Sun does.
Well, I pretty much said what Son was gonna do,
All right. Say it one more time
Nice
for me.
over.
which is flying over.
Okay.
If we're here as backup, she's the one that can see everything.
All right.
I
What
can peek up and
is
over the wall.
Son's vision in bat form?
Double
She
than ours.
has- Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
she's-
120.
In bat form, it's 120.
I think in general it's 120.
Give me just a moment to look something up.
Yeah, we have to pull up the bat stats. Hold on, because it's not linked in the item, which would be way too convenient.
She can fly at 40.
See, blind sight 60 feet, passive perception's on 11.
To cast polymorph to turn into a bat. Okay, you retain your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And bats have blind sight, so she
Mm-hmm.
can see everything, even things that are invisible within 60 feet.
Okay.
Oh, 60 feet.
Yeah.
60 feet.
Yeah, which is still quite a ways away from the ground.
Right. All right. So, as
That
she
also
comes,
has keen hearing.
as she comes up over the wall right there, this is about what she sees.
Okay. She would not move forward towards any of the lights as soon as she saw them. She would make sure she was
Yeah,
still
she
clear of
has
them.
to stay out of light.
So for now, she is like
Yeah.
over top of the wall, maybe perched on it.
Right.
So what she immediately sees is there's 2 more guards posted just inside the gates, right here. There's another gate, another goblin guarding a tent from the looks of it up here, and then there is a pen full of wards.
Okay, so that's a lot of light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like the inside of this structure is fairly well lit.
Can she go higher, a little bit higher to not be in the light?
Oh, interesting. I just saw the full extent of the cloak.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if she goes into light, it fails. It drops. Yeah.
No.
No? What are you looking at?
No. Wondrous item, Cloak of the Bat. When wearing the cloak, you get a fly speed of 40 feet. In an area of dim light or darkness.
Right.
You can fly 40 feet. That's just with the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
While wearing the cloak, you can polymorph into a bat. When
So-
you're in the form of a bat, she's actually a bat right now, not flying with the cloak.
Oh,
Right.
so
She
the
stays that
darkness
way for an
wouldn't-
hour.
So the darkness wouldn't break it.
Oh,
So the
okay.
darkness wouldn't affect her bat form at all. It's
Okay.
specifically the flight from the cloak. So
I actually didn't realize she could do it without turning into a bat. That's cool. I don't think she realized that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think any of us
I
did.
don't think any of us did either. I mean, it may be a recent change or something because I don't remember that because we definitely looked at it.
Yeah.
So that
I-
means her
I think
fly
that's-
speed-
Tell her.
I think that's what it's been the whole time, because I knew that she has to grip the edges of the cloak, which means she can't really have anything else in her hands. That's been something the whole time.
Yeah, and she can fly 30 feet. But yeah, she
Okay.
can fly without turning into a bat by just holding on to the cloak.
If you're down there, you get more of that view.
If she's wearing it, she turns into a bat.
She can choose to, yeah.
Well, we acted as though she chose to be the bat, so that's what we're doing.
So she doesn't have to worry
Okay.
about the light.
Correct.
Yep, that's what I
Okay.
was just checking because I looked it up to see all the info, and yeah, it does better than we thought it did. She can
Yeah.
stay in bat form because it doesn't say you lose bat form when you go into light. It's
Right.
just if
Yeah,
you're
we were
doing
just
the
assuming
regular
that was the
cloak
case.
flying and you're no longer in dim light or darkness, then you lose that flight. But
All right.
bat can fly.
So
On the
as
bat.
as
On
she's
the bat.
flying further in, um, in the center of this encampment is this big bonfire. Like it
I
is
see that.
blazing. And it appears to be inside of a big bone hand.
I see that.
Next to the fire are what appears to be two hobgoblins. How do you cross chat? What do you mean?
I don't have cross chat.
Oh, give me a moment.
Oh, gotcha.
I forgot to
Uh,
do it too.
Okay, I've added meteor.
Perfect.
I'll do me.
Okay. Do you want it fire?
Yes.
Saflin, roll me a stealth check for her, please.
Okay. Now, just to make sure, because of how this cloak works, because we've just polymorphed into the bat,
Mm-hmm.
stealth is a dex score, it's not a mind score. So would she still
Correct.
have the advantage from the cloak, or no, because she's a bat? Or would it just be a straight roll?
So I think as a bat, she'd still have advantage in this case because
Yeah.
bat is much less conspicuous.
Okay.
A very tiny nighttime creature.
Yeah.
But they are a little bit slower than she normally is, so it's a
Yep.
+2. So just
Alright,
roll
so-
it in normal roll. Because sadly, as a bat, she gets the bat's physical stats.
Yeah, so her dex is lowered in that case, right?
Okay,
Yep,
so I'd
just a
be
+2.
So just roll a d20.
Alright, so that would be a 6 and a 14 then for that roll. So +10.
You said it's a
or you-
+2 on
Yeah.
dex?
Yep.
Then just subtract 8 from the.
Oh, 8, sorry. I subtracted 10. My bad.
Yeah, you
A
subtracted way
10
too much,
Yeah, a 10 and a 16.
which
Yeah.
becomes a 16 with advantage because 24
Yeah.
minus 8 is 16.
And she is tiny.
Right.
She's not
Okay.
medium or small. She
Yeah,
is tiny.
that's still not bad. That's still not bad at all. Okay.
Off
He
the
is
tiny.
on the bat.
Okay. So
No, bats on.
she still seems fine. And kind of just on the edge of her vision seems to be like a very prominent building.
Yeah, this one?
Uh
Or back here?
That
Yeah,
one.
this-
Is my guess.
yeah, this
Yeah.
one here. If
She'll
it'll
kind of-
ping.
Since
French.
I don't know what's going on and she's flying over,
Mm-hmm.
is she still up far enough where we can see her over the edge of the wall?
My guess is probably not.
At this point,
She's so
probably
tiny.
not. No.
Okay, I would like to climb up the wall very, very, very carefully.
Okay.
And peek over the top so I can try and keep an eye on her.
You are invisible. Roll me a stealth check, please. No advantage.
I can't do that.
You can't do that?
Why? Why can you not roll no advantage?
Well, I mean, I always have advantage with them anyways.
In this case, just roll without advantage.
He's not getting advantage for invisible, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's getting advantage for something else, Meteor.
This is a sound-based check.
Yes.
Okay.
I specifically, the Boots of Elvenkind give me advantage when rolling stealth for sound-based stealth.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So that's why I said I can't do it without advantage.
Gotcha. That
I'd
He
have to be
always has advantage.
disadvantaged.
okay. That makes sense then. I forgot about the boots.
That means 2 of us have flight then. Both me and Pika.
Yeah, you've got the boots that let you fly.
Okay.
You're
Tend
not
to
quite
fly
as
in boots.
inconspicuous, though.
Okay.
No, but still flight.
All right. So you're climbing up.
Very carefully.
Very
I'm
carefully.
climbing up the edge of the wall so I can keep eyes on her.
Okay. So as you peek up over this wall, you have a climb speed, so it wouldn't be hard.
Yep.
Um,
I'm just being careful because pokey outy bits.
there are several wargs right on the other side. There's 3 in particular that are fairly close to you.
Okay.
2 of them don't seem to pay you any mind. The third one is looking right at you. Oh, well, he's looking in your direction. You
In
are
my
still
direction.
invisible.
Yep.
But
I'm not moving anymore.
he seems to have he seems to be perking his ears up
Okay.
and is coming your way to investigate.
How tall is the wall?
The wall is about 12 foot tall.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, it won't be able to reach you, but it definitely seems to have noticed something.
Okay.
It was just kind of sniffing around over here.
I resist the urge to toot.
All right, good to know.
Actually, I don't know. A toot might be useful.
Okay. It rolls very badly to try and smell you. So it is satisfied with its look around, and it's gonna go back over and lay back down.
Yay.
Okay. Admonis is going to move around to the other side to just try and scout out the area. He's kind of gonna do like a full circle just to get a sense of the perimeter and come back over here. Callan's just kind of standing there, not sure what to do. All right, so what are you guys doing now then?
San has kind of perched above this building.
Mm-hmm.
And she would kind of just do a... Not trying to look like she's circling the camp, but trying to act like she's just moving across it kind of naturally.
Okay.
Because a bat circling would be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna continue moving.
All right, so
Across,
from her current position,
yeah, she can see a little bit more from where she is.
she should be able to see more about that.
Okay.
She's scouted most of the area at this point.
Yeah, so if she can see everything that way, she would go ahead and go across and make her way kind of northward like that over several turns.
So then she gets to see this. So now the whole map is revealed.
Just doing 30 feet at a time until she's looped around and gotten out.
Right. Okay. So.
Hold on. Does Callan still have telepathy?
He does.
Yes.
Okay, this is something I would recommend you, as Callan would
That's actually
possibly
a good
think
idea.
of this himself. Because with telepathy, you can also share images, sounds, everything else. So he could be in a current
Yep.
little
see.
telepathic bond with
I'm
San
checking the
San, yeah.
range.
and seeing everything she sees. It's unlimited. It just has to be on the same plane of existence.
Ah.
As long as you're friends with them, it's all good.
Okay, so yeah. So Callan's just kind of hanging back and being a relay between all of you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no limit to how many people he can be in telepathic contact with, so he's just kind of listening. Son, I assume, is giving him play-by-plays, and he's relaying it back to all of you. So you all have a pretty good idea of what's in here now.
And he has telepathy?
Yeah. The telepathic feat.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the actual spell.
No.
Yes.
It's a feat.
Yeah, so San would have just kept going.
Okay.
San
So-
does have keen hearing as a bat.
Mm-hmm.
So is she picking up any odd sounds?
Roll me perception with advantage.
Oof.
Not specifically, no.
Oh, that didn't roll with advantage.
It rolled, yeah.
It would have
It did.
taken the 9, but yeah.
Yeah. It took the 9.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Her perception's weird because she has advantage/disadvantage depending on light level, so when I roll it, it's weird.
Right. So yeah, that she rolled a 1 and a 2, so.
Okay.
Oof.
Yep.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
yeah, hearing wise, unfortunately, no. She's staying back far enough to keep out of range that she can't quite make out any specific sounds. But from her fly around, she would notice that there's a few different buildings that seem to stand out more than the others. The first one being this large building with that's very, very noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 hobgoblins standing next to each of the torches in front, seemingly guarding that tent.
Interesting.
While 2 other hobgoblins are standing next to the fire, just chatting. There's the building next to it, which seems to have smoke coming out of it. And then the third building is the one up at the top, which is being guarded by 2 goblins that, based on their appearance, would appear to be magic users.
Okay. And these tents are fully, like the sides are fully closed all the way to the ground.
Correct. Sides are fully
Can't
closed,
see in.
except for the one with the smoke coming out of it. That one has a hole on the top.
60 feet. So we can't go too far.
Mm-hmm.
Curio, what are you doing?
I'm still peeking over. I'm just keeping an eye on the San to
Okay.
make sure that everything's good to go.
Okay,
Sneaky bat.
perfect.
San is attempting to be a sneaky bat, and assuming that these are cloth tents.
They are. They're
Well-
kind of leathery. So not cloth, but they
Hide.
yeah, they're hide.
Hide.
San will kind of partially land
Mhm.
behind this tent
Okay.
and attempt to peek her head underneath the back flap a little bit.
Okay. Roll me another stealth check. No advantage.
That's stealthy.
So -8, so 20.
20. That's pretty good. Okay. I rolled a 19, so
Okay, good enough.
she just barely makes it.
Sneaky bat.
So peeking her head, her tiny little bat head under this tent, The tent is an open space. There's no like separation walls inside or anything. And towards the back, kind of towards her a bit, like at this edge, there is what appears to be a throne with a big, fat goblin sitting upon it with a crown on his head.
Okay.
There is also another creature, goblin-like, in there with it, much smaller, maybe even slightly smaller than your average goblin.
Okay.
But still very goblin-like features.
All right. San's intentionally looking for the captives.
Mm-hmm.
So, not seeing them here, she would kind of back away very quietly
Okay.
and take to the air again and kind of loop around.
Mm-hmm. I will also say that the two of them are chatting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, did she hear anything?
Um,
Can she discern what they're talking about?
yeah, she can try and listen for that. Yeah. Wouldn't even be very hard. They're not like trying to hide what they're saying at all. So, if she wanted to sit and listen for a second, she could.
Because they don't know she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she'll listen real quick.
I have a question though.
Yes,
Does Son understand Goblin?
that is the question. I don't believe she
Mm.
does.
She does not, so if they're speaking in Goblin, she probably wouldn't bother.
So, they are speaking in Goblin, unfortunately.
Okay, she wouldn't bother.
Okay.
Unless...
Mm-hmm.
No, telepathy doesn't work that way.
Right. Telepathy does not work that way.
I was gonna say,
Spell
unless
does,
he
but
can-
Callan
feet doesn't.
Yeah. I was gonna say, unless Callan can hear the goblin from
So,
San's perspective and then translate, but no, it doesn't work that way.
so yeah, Callan, Son is reporting back to Callan all this stuff, including the fact that they're speaking Goblin, and Callan does say, "Well, I speak Goblin. I'd have to be closer though."
Yeah, and San would point out which tent it is, and that it's on this side.
Okay.
Probably safer not to though.
Yeah, it's probably safer not to.
Okay.
And she'd continue looking for the captive, so she would take to the air again.
Okay.
This
Quietly.
is a fact-finding mission.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take back to the air.
And make her
Easy
way
enough
over
to do.
here.
All right. So
And she would probably, in case it matters, the path would not be the direct line.
mm-hmm.
She would leave the encampment, go around, and then come back over here.
Okay.
Kind of
So
like
as not to be
zigzaggy.
in immediate view of the magic users here.
All right. So you go out around the outside and loop around back in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this one also is like completely closed leather. The top is kind of vented a little. So like it's
Enough
not
that she
fully
could crawl her body into
yes.
peak.
So
She
it's
would
not
like to
fully
pierce
enclosed.
that
It's
vent.
the very top part is kind of raised up a bit more than everything else to kind of vent things out. So she could slip in there.
She would like to peer through that vent. Yeah.
Okay. So she crawls up on top, just peers inside, and inside, what she sees is several different chests, like fairly large chests, and just gold scattered everywhere.
So it's their treasury / bank, not bank, but it's their hoard.
Son is
That's what it
making
appears to
note
be.
of the location of the shinies for later.
Uh-huh.
She is coming back here.
Seems
Of
that might be
course,
why
it's
this particular tent is decently well
Mm.
guarded.
So she has made a mental note of this one. She's coming back here.
Okay.
What about the one with the open roof that smoke's coming out
This
of?
one we would have been able to see from the side. So what would I have seen when we passed by the sides of this one?
So
Or the
that
top?
yeah, she'd have to look from the top. That one appears to be like a smokehouse for smoking meats and things.
Yeah, I figured that was the kitchen, the cooking tent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much a cooking tent. Right. So there's all sorts of different meats in there that are getting like preserved and smoked and everything.
So San's gonna be kind of communicating with Callan as soon as she gets within range
Mhm.
again. And basically like, I didn't see any captives in the major tent. Where would they be?
That's a good
Morally?
question. They might be in some of the smaller tents, maybe. There's 2 other big ones and several small ones, so they could be in any of them.
San's just gonna continue, like, poke her head down a few of these, just spot checking.
Okay. So, roll me an overall stealth check, just straight. As she's peeking under each of these. Another 20.
Okay,
That's pretty
so-
good.
Yep.
That fell. Yeah. Okay. All right. So she kind of peeks her head under each of the tents, one by one. Most of them have like 2 or 3 goblins each in them. They seem to be where they sleep. However, this one, which
The one that has a guard.
the
Yeah.
one that has a guard out front, she peeks her head underneath, and there is 4 druids tied up inside.
Okay, I guess we found them.
Okay.
And they all currently appear to be sleeping. There is 3 adults and 1 child.
Okay. So I'm assuming that's the ones we're looking for, so I'm gonna make my way back out to reconvene with the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly directly over Curio.
All right. So Curio,
Getting back down.
okay. So you get back down and make your way back to rendezvous with Callan and Admonis. At your pre-designated stump.
A victory.
Yep, and I mean, anything that Callum was not in range to telepathically see, I would, Son would go ahead and say, okay. So, back tent, we'll want that one, but also your friends are in this one.
All right. I'm glad we found them. Although, we were missing about 8.
Well, I only found 4 there, so unless they're in another tent, I don't know where they would be.
We're sorry your princess is in another castle.
At least we found these 4. That's great news.
I mean, if somebody else wants to go in, we could check these other 2, but yeah.
Well, I mean, depending on how things go, we can always check them in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It is getting pretty late at this point. It's probably close to 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
Time
so
to
we
head
should
back
be
to
heading
camp.
back. Yep.
Okay.
while we're still invisible.
All right. So, yeah, and it's probably getting close to that hour mark. So, several of you are probably about to drop your invisibility.
Right. So try to get away from the encampment before that happens.
Okay. So, you all slink back to the tree line and start making your way back to camp. About 5 minutes into your trek back, the invisibility drops. Admonis still stays up, though, until he
Yeah, 'cause
manually...
There's the ring one. Yep.
Yeah, till he manually releases it.
Mhm.
Well, that was at least very informative. That's what
Yeah.
we were sent here to find out.
Yeah, we at least don't have to waste time
Did
going through.
Safi do a pass without a trace on us before we went?
She did not, because
Oh,
she did
okay.
invisibility on Cal, and she can't do both.
Right.
They're both concentration, so she had to pick one.
Yep.
Okay.
Invisibility is concentration for you?
Fairly
not
certain it is.
It's not concent. Oh, it is concentration.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's
Okay.
concentration for
Yep.
everyone as a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was reading
Yep.
wrong.
Concentration for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thank you all for your help this evening. We best get some sleep, and in the morning we can talk about this more.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Resty time.
So the 4 of you make your way back to the camp, and Saflin's dome is still up.
Yep, the dome is up for the duration of the long rest, which is 8 hours. It's an 8-hour duration.
Admonis immediately goes over to his other 2 companions and starts telling them everything that Son saw.
Yeah, poor Callan, Son, and Curio are going to be sleeping without the dome for an extra hour.
Why?
The 3 of
Callan
you
and
can
Son
go
only
in.
need 4 hours.
Curio will be sleeping without the dome for an extra hour. The other 2
to get
don't
his
need
full rest.
8 hours of sleep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we were trying to split
Right.
the party into people who wouldn't need the benefit of a long rest, which is why
Right.
we
Yeah.
weren't sure that Curio was going.
Right.
But yeah, just to avoid that.
Okay. So anything else you guys would like to do before taking your long rest?
That'll give them time to cook and everything else. He'll wake up to dinner or breakfast and be all good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some a little bit of meat still left sizzling, ready for you guys when you get back. And then
Nope,
you
that's-
go to sleep. So go ahead and take your long rests. Firedale has no active conditions.
Yep, that's a thing you can do.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I was pretty much good. My key points come back after a short rest, so that's why I didn't need a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
I need to manually do Sans because I don't have a long rest button on hers.
Yeah.
Meteor have to do it because
yeah, I
you can't
can
even
do that.
change hit points or anything.
I
Yeah.
can do that real quick.
You can roll stuff, but you can't mark stuff.
Correct. And then
Okay.
Banana and I need to roll for our recharges on our wands and staffs.
Yeah,
Yep.
And could you also long rest Aurora too, Meteor?
Yeah. All right, both of them have long rested. Callan is long rested.
Full charges.
Okay.
Also, there is one thing I want to do
Okay.
because I want to swap out one of my items.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take my boots off and put my Staff of the Withering back
Okay, so
as
you're
my
unattuning from
attunement.
one and attuning to another.
Like over the night, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Can be
You can
done,
easily
right?
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
a short rest
Um,
is enough time to do that. Yeah.
Saflin, also you can increase your max HP back up 5 points.
Yay! Which puts me back at full, finally.
No,
I'm
that's
5 down.
that's 5.
down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Long rest
you're still 5
reset
down.
it, so I gotta set it back.
Gotcha.
That's why I was
Yeah,
confused.
you are still 5 down.
Okay. That's fine. I'm above 30 again. I'm happy.
That's good. All right. So morning comes. Callan and Son are already up when the rest of you wake up and have dinner cooking. Callan is trying to cook a nice meal for you all. And Curio sleeps in a bit. So does Edmonus.
It's just a cat nap.
So let's have Callan roll. Okay. So yeah, Callan's stirring a pot over the fire.
I will attempt to help with breakfast with
Okay.
the pouch of spices again that I just
Okay.
recharged.
So you come over. Roll me perception with advantage, please.
Callan boils water and it turns into one of those purple pots in anime
Alright,
that
20.
has all the
So
wisps coming off of it.
you come over. Callan's like giving it taste. Like, I think this is my best yet. You come over and it smells completely burnt.
Evelyn will ignore what he is making and make her own breakfast.
He rolled really low. He rolled a 6.
Because there's no saving that.
Poor Callan.
So she'll
Is
still...
Saflin
Here-
gonna
here, Saflin,
make the rest
have a
of us
taste.
eat it?
Saflin is going to look at Callan and glare.
What? Oh, you don't have to, I guess.
He takes a bite of it. He's like, delicious.
He's destroyed his taste buds at this point.
I'm gonna have him roll a Constitution saving throw.
See if it stays down.
See if he's poisoned himself.
His tongue might not know, but his stomach would.
He rolled a 12. Not bad. Yeah, he seems to enjoy it.
Right, well, Saflin rolled a 16 on her breakfast check.
16's pretty good. And if you are using your spices, then you can use advantage on that as well.
We'll roll it again and see if I get a nat 20, but otherwise, 16's pretty good. Yeah, no nat 20, so 16.
Well, actually, he technically would have
I
had a
take
7,
one
'cause-
look at Callan's breakfast and decide to make my own too.
Banana! Here, try it! It's delicious!
I have better smell as being tabaxi, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I'll wave Lilia over to mine.
What?
Not really, but you can say you do.
I made enough for everyone.
I'll nibble on it just to make him happy.
All right, roll me a Constitution saving throw. Oh, a 7. So you take a bite of it, and it tastes horrible. Like you very much want to puke right now, and you do.
I very much want to puke right now, and I do.
Yes.
Okay, I do. And then I look up at him and still smile the best smile that I'm able to muster.
Did you like it?
I'll shake my head no, but you try.
Oh, Okay.
You tried. You'll learn. You'll learn.
Alan, you can help me with lunch
You'll learn.
later. I'll give you some cooking lessons.
Okay.
He looks very happy to hear you say that.
Yeah, I will
Did
actively try
Saffron
to
make
teach
enough
him.
for the rest of us, or
Yes,
no?
I did. I would have
Okay.
made for the entire group, including our extra druid friends.
So at this point,
I'm
Callan
pulling
grabs
all
his and
Saffron's.
he's gonna bring it off to the side and just dump his out.
I'll
You know
still
what?
give
I
him.
think Son would grab some in a vial to
Store the
poison
poison,
somebody
yeah.
with.
And even though it's like completely burnt, like a piece of raw meat tumbles out of his pot.
Well, he just didn't stir.
I'll still give him a cat's version of a thumb up because he tried.
I think
I'll get
Son
better.
would use it as poison.
We'll make sure you get better.
Please do.
Got it.
And he gives you a salute, Curio.
Alright, so I will dish up breakfast for everyone else. And also for Callan.
I spend the next hour trying to get the taste out of my mouth.
So
Would a lesser restoration help Curio feel better?
You know, most cats lick themselves to clean themselves. I'm licking myself to get the taste off my tongue.
it wouldn't be necessary, no.
Okay.
After he pukes once, he's good.
Okay.
My stomach disagreed.
So you all are enjoying Safflin's meal now, including Callan. Over to the side where Callan just dumped out his, all of a sudden you hear and roll me perception, please.
Did one of the Lord.
Please tell me Linus didn't try to eat it.
Poor Linus.
Yeah, Linus should know better at this point.
Curio. So Curio, you just you look over just in time, and Son as well, to see vomit just spewing out of nowhere.
Linus.
Oh my god, what was that?
And Linus's invisibility
Safflin
drops.
will toss a piece of toast towards the empty space as soon
That
as
was
Son points it out.
disgusting.
He's learning. I'll call over towards him.
Not
Say, "He's
well."
learning." I know.
And then he pukes again. Even he rolled
Yeah,
a 2.
I'll
He rolled a
throw
2 on
piece
his
of,
Constitution saving
I'll
throw.
throw a piece of toast towards the invisible Linus.
He's no longer invisible.
Okay.
He lost that concentration check.
Yup,
Yeah,
he did.
I'm throwing a piece of toast at his head.
Okay.
Can I walk over to Linus and see if I could do something with my herbalism kit to make him feel better?
Yeah. Sure.
Rub his tummy, rub his back. It'll be okay.
That's a medicine.
Yeah,
for the
medicine check.
Is it, do I get advantage?
Because yeah,
with it or
he
no?
really failed his Constitution throw, so he's not doing so good at the moment.
With that, with the herbalism, do I get advantage with that or no? I forget.
What's your healer's kit say? Or healer's feat say?
I think it lets you use it to stabilize, or it lets you use a charge to restore HP.
Yeah, so
rather than
I don't
having
think
to
you get
cast a spell.
advantage. No.
Okay. So, spell, or not spell, medicine.
13. That's not bad. Yeah, you mix up a little thing to help ease his stomach again, and then he picks up the toast and says, and starts nibbling on it. It's like, oh, that's much better.
She threw in some pink mushrooms and made a strangely pink potion.
Looks like Pepto-Bismol.
Uh-huh.
And I'll whisper to Linus, only trust Safflin cooking.
I probably used the spice pouch to pull some crushed ginger and coated it in ginger.
Okay.
Ginger toast.
Yes.
Poor Linus.
Never take burnt offerings.
And the three druids are also enjoying the meal with you guys. Not
Yep.
Callan's. Where are their names?
I guess we've learned Callan is adept at poison making.
You need something burnt, he's your guy.
Poor Galen.
Callan's even laughing at this point.
He tries.
Okay, well he'll get some lessons. It'll be better.
Maybe we can both teach him.
I see no issue with that. We'll start him off slow. We'll start with
Oh, there they are.
soups that
Boiling
don't require
water.
fully cooked.
Yeah, try and boil water without burning it. That's step one.
Yeah, we'll start with
Yeah.
boiling water, and we'll start him on tea.
Lim says, "Oh, that's a very good idea. Tea is wonderful. It's very hard to mess up."
Yes, we'll start him on tea.
And we can use my herbalism guide to find some good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So the breakfast goes by nicely. Linus joins you guys, and is like,
So what were you guys doing last night?
Looking around.
Where?
Yeah, I
Why?
guess we need info. What did you guys find?
Yep. Son and Callan has to explain everything to the
Mhm.
rest of the group, so
so yeah, they start explaining, and say what they saw in the village, and Linus has a look of worry. He's like,
I wouldn't go back in there if I were you.
we got to because we're the good guys.
We need to get our friends out. If we can get our friends out without going back in, that'd be great, but I don't see how that's possible.
If that goblin villages like that are that well defended are gonna be a big pain to get through without fighting.
And who's saying this?
Linus.
Thought Linus wasn't a fighter.
He is a
Yeah.
goblin, however.
True.
Mm-hmm.
What do you suggest then, Linus?
Turn around?
Yeah, he wants us to leave them for dead. Would be my guess.
I don't think we can do that though.
I don't see a way to easily get them out
You don't think
without
we can
declaring
stealth our
war with
way
the
in?
goblins.
You don't think
Ma-
we can stealth our way in?
Well, I'm the best stealther here.
Maybe Captain Linus can go through the front gate.
I don't think I
and
could.
request the transfer of the prisoners.
You actually say that to him?
Yeah. I say maybe Captain Linus could go through the gate and request a transfer of the prisoners.
He starts laughing.
No thanks. I
General
don't want to
Linus.
die. They would kill me as soon as they'd kill you.
Okay.
I am not part of their village.
Well, I think they've already declared war on the druids, considering they've been attacking them, so...
True.
Well, Lim pipes up to that and says, "Well, they haven't come to our village. They've only taken, seemingly taken the ones who adventured too far away from the village."
They're picking off travelers.
Correct.
Which are part of their village.
That is true. But
They
we
have started a war on the people, not necessarily the village.
Right, and there's a chance that if we cause too much of a stink and they realize that people from the druid village are attacking, they may go up in arms against the druid village rather than settling with picking off travelers.
Precisely.
Then this is when I'd look over at, is it Adontis?
Admonis.
Admonis.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still say Adontis whenever I say it.
Okay.
So Adonis, what do you plan first then? Or what do you think we should do?
Well, our mission
First.
was to find them,
We've done that.
do recon. That was the extent of our mission. So we could leave and go back to our village and have a proper rescue mounted, or if you guys want to, because you seem to be very capable of handling yourself against goblins.
Not according to Linus.
You are welcome to give it a shot. You are not druids, so
See, this is when it'd be nice if Neon was here because I'd honestly like to know what Aurora is thinking.
right.
I
That's
feel
very
like
true.
we can't just leave them there, but it makes sense to regroup and come back with reinforcements.
Uh-huh.
Which I think Aurora would probably
Agree with.
agree with because we're exercising caution, but we're not going to leave them to die.
Yeah.
And the three of us could stay behind and just keep an eye on the village from afar.
You said that the druid village is quite a ways away.
That's true. And we can't guarantee that they won't sell them off by the time you reach the village.
Well, here's a thought. What are their typical buyers like?
Oh, that I have no idea.
If we can figure that out, if we can pose as buyers, that would make this whole thing much simpler.
Were there any other major paths out of the village, son? Or is the one nearest us like the only easy way in and out?
So there are 3 entrances, equidistant from each other, around the perimeter. Each of them is guarded by a team of 4 goblins, 2 on the outside of the gate, 2 on the inside.
But like paths out into the forest and stuff, how many paths were there? Like leaving the main area of the camp, because I know they've cut down all the trees around and everything.
Yeah, so
Because they'd
there
have to get the
is a
prisoners
couple-
out to go somewhere with them.
there's not any specific path, but there is areas that look more well-traveled.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly leading back towards the road. Yeah, the most well-traveled ones lead back towards the road.
Because if we can't take on the entire village, then the easiest thing to do would be to wait until they bring the prisoners out and just ambush that small group.
True.
Yeah, I was gonna say pose as the buyers, and nobody has to get hurt that way, and we just either don't give them the money that we're promising, or we swipe it back.
Because
This is when I look
Son
at Zeph
is
and say,
swipey, so
I'm not very good at lying. Ask Callan.
He's really not.
You could lie in wait as an ambush if needed, if things go bad, and then you
That
would
kind
not
of
be
lying
part
I'm
of the
good
party
at.
that was lying.
the
Yeah.
kind of like lying in wait to pounce.
Mhm.
Pounce.
You could have those of us who are better at deception.
You're our charisma character for the most part.
Zeph is the
is there
face.
3 of us who have disguised self in some form? I think.
I don't have it. I have invisibility.
Well, Son has the how to disguise.
Yeah.
I
I think
just
it's only
straight up
2 of
have a
you.
feat where I can disguise self.
I think it's only 2 of you.
Okay.
Could do the whole buyer thing, but where are we gonna get the money? Our money?
It's too bad Son couldn't have gone in and picked up all the gold because she was a bat.
Yeah, she was a bat. She would have had to be
Yeah.
able to get back out with it after, which would not
Yeah.
have worked
Mhm.
out too well.
She likely would have had to transform out
And
of
then she'd
that
be
form.
stuck as Son because you can't do it again for a day.
Yup.
Right. She wouldn't have been able to turn back.
Yeah.
I thought about it when we came across it. And like, nope, she wouldn't be able to turn back.
She definitely would have been tempted though.
And she would have known that. Yeah.
Oh, if she'd had a bag of holding, I imagine Son would have actually done it.
Yeah. She didn't have one on her person,
Just
however.
stick all the gold in the bag, and then she'd try to sneak out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I were her, that's what I'd do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, also their whole enclosure is made of wood, right?
You think smoke them out?
Well, he pulls out the
knife.
knife
Oh,
that you
the
gave
knife.
him. So
That's
we,
less fun, but okay.
Yeah, we could cut a hole or something. I don't know.
and he hands it back to you.
It's just a thought.
Yeah, we still have to get around the guards.
Right.
Because there was a guard outside of that particular tent where the captives were. But if someone wants to be invisible while someone else causes a distraction, if we can get that guard to leave his post, then we might be able to make a hole in the fence and get the captives out that way.
What about our rat swarm?
We gave that away.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Oh.
We haven't had that for a long time now.
Yeah, I think
Since
it
we
got
got
sold.
I
our
forgot. I
protection
sold
cloaks.
something big at it too, yeah.
Yeah, you sold the ring of spell storing.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we got our protection cloaks and rings.
Mm-hmm.
You're is out of ideas.
Well, I
We
mean,
do have the deck of illusions.
we do have the deck of illusions that can be used to make a distraction. Son could very easily set up a poison to poison the guard, or use the blinding powder, or use the magical darkness spell. All fine options. These are all very good options.
I believe my ring of animal influence has a fear, which could work on the
Only
wargs.
animals. Yeah, it could work on the wargs.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We want to potentially not have to deal with the wargs if we can help it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could get in, I can dimension door myself and one person out, but that's only one person. I do think the deck of illusions is our best bet for a distraction.
I like the idea.
And then I can also minor illusion a loud noise.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Just
Right?
vaguely.
We've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
What if?
I mean, it worked. It worked the last time.
I also liked
No
the.
reason it wouldn't work again.
I also like the idea of waiting till they were bought off. Because then we'd only have to distract those who spot them instead of a whole village.
Well,
We're
what do y'all want
stalled.
to do?
Well, you are our official party leader. You signed the paperwork.
Well, I've offered my suggestions, so
Your suggestion is better than mine.
I do think that is a lot of things to fight. I would rather try a non-combative approach to try and get them out.
I'm not confident in our ability to stealth ourselves in and get them out without being detected. It's the getting them out that's the problem.
Right.
Oh, I'm not meaning stealth-wise.
Okay.
We
I'm
have
just
the
meaning in
invisibility
general
powder.
trying to do it without just barreling in and be like, "Hello, we're here." Whether it is trying to do the "we are the buyers" route.
It's a shame I don't have the that spell that the Vistani used in that other town to transform coppers into gold.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. It's a spell I can learn, but not till I level again. So I
Maybe
can't
we
change
could
my
do-
spells freely.
What
Maybe
is the
we
spell
could do
called?
what?
Out of curiosity.
Hmm?
What's the spell called that does that?
It's adjust value or something like that.
Hmm.
I'll have to find it.
Maybe we could do what Linus suggests and just cut a hole in the wall closest to the
No, that was
tents
Callan.
and. Oh, I thought it was Linus that said.
No, it's
No, it was
Callan.
Callan.
Okay,
That
sorry.
was Callan.
So maybe we can do what Callan said and cut a hole in the wall closest to the tents where they are. Then we just have to deal with the ones that are on that side, which is
Yes, but
fewer
what
than
if
dealing
there's
with the whole
more?
camp.
What if there's more spread out in the camp? We only know where 4 of them are. There should be 8 of them, shouldn't it?
Yeah, you only know of 4 at the moment.
So what shall we do, Seffi?
Sorry, I missed what you just said. Nana.
Oh,
My
Oh,
brain's not even remember what I said.
Banana was talking about what about the other 4 that might be in the camp somewhere since
Oh
we
yeah, I
only
said
know
there
of
might
4.
be 8 missing, right? Or is
Well,
there
I
8
mean,
additional?
we could probably ask for
8 total.
4
8 total.
in case they were already sold, which is possible. If they were separated when they were
Or if
brought
they
in.
know where they are in the camp.
Yeah.
I wonder if Callan could get in close enough to use telepathy to communicate with them.
I mean, if I know the target,
I'd have to
I can
Message
cast
see
too, right?
them.
sending or message.
Yeah,
I'll do
I
either.
with my telepathy, I have to be familiar with them. So
Because
I'd
that
have
could
to
give us a
meet
better
them.
idea.
Callan would have to be able to see them to use it.
Yep.
Yeah, sending, I just need to know who I'm talking to. It has to be a creature with which I am familiar, so I have to know who it is.
Yep.
And then
She
message,
couldn't get around that
I
by
have to point at a
ask.
target
Hi,
or in a
CD.
direction.
I guess you couldn't get around that by saying one of the druids told you who they are.
I mean, they could tell me who I'm.
Yeah,
who
it
I'm
doesn't
sending
work that
to.
way, unfortunately. I don't think, anyways.
This would be a DM decision, but I know previously in other campaigns I've seen it just be like you need to know the name of the person or something similar. That would be up to Meteor how
Looking at it right
familiar I
now.
have to be.
Creature which you are familiar.
Or do we just go ahead and head to the druid town and let them know what's going on and let them decide whether to send people out to get them or not?
Yeah. Based on the wording, I think you have
And
to be
leave
familiar
the three
with
that
them.
are here to ambush them if they do decide to leave and sell them.
I wonder. I really don't know. I
They're
don't
all
know what to
valid
do.
options.
They are, indeed. I don't know what to do.
I mean, I
It's up
like
to
the
you
idea
guys.
of cutting a hole in the fence. It's the steps beyond that become tricky.
And get sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sneaky idea.
What's that?
Someone
Which
sneaks
is-
up, cuts a big hole in the fence that isn't near where we're going, just like off to one of the other sides, and then you make a big sound there, and then we just sit back and see what they do.
I mean, quite honestly, I don't know where this idea came from. One of you was a terrible influence. My first thought was to burn the fence.
That was someone saying that the walls are wood.
Yes. Is Safi turning into a pyro?
I wonder where that thought came from.
Somebody else in our party likes Firebolt.
Mm-hmm. Chaos bolt.
You say that, Callum just goes.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing we can do.
Saflin's first instinct, honestly, is to Crown of Madness someone, but it becomes pretty apparent.
Because of the big metal magical headpiece that suddenly appears.
And the red gleaming with madness eyes, yes. They're both pretty clear giveaways, if you know what you're looking for.
And there's no... Or was
I
there?
mean, we could also do a distraction fire.
I mean, that
And
was what
then-
I was thinking. Is I was thinking light a section of the fence on fire
Closest to the big building?
away from where we're going. Yeah.
Yes. And then. Or a section of the fence and maybe try and throw a fireball over to get the tent on fire?
Where's the nearest water source?
Ideally, we don't want them to move the people out of the tent unless they're moving them out of the camp entirely. We want them to abandon the tent so that we can get them out.
Oh, I'm not talking that tent. I'm talking like the big tent with the throne room.
Ah,
Don't you think they would be focused on trying to get that put out?
I'm trying to think if there's a good way, because based on the map, there's not really. There's a bunch of stumps nearby, but I don't think there are any active, like, large trees.
They chopped down all the trees to build their enclosure.
Right, so I'm wondering if we can light fire to something that looks like it could have naturally caught fire. And just maybe there were leaves or dry brush or something that just happened to lead to the fence.
Right.
So that it doesn't look like someone set the fire, you know?
Hmm.
And they do have lots of braziers, but they wouldn't be lit during the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
the
word
best
makes
time
me
to
think
do
of the other
anything...
word.
Braziers, sorry.
And San's probably sitting there at this point just thinking to herself, I can just sneak in and poison them.
Yeah, that's why I was asking
I
about
bet you
where's the
she's
nearest water
thinking.
source.
Uh-huh.
I bet you she's thinking. I wish I didn't use my stink bomb. That would have cleared people out.
Not a very big range, though.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go with the cutting a hole in the fence plan. And then if we can
With distraction fire.
with something going on, Thon does have her darkness spell as well as a last ditch effort. So if things get real bad, we can cast magical darkness and then get out.
Okay.
Better than a smoke bomb.
I was gonna say, too bad none of the torches or the lighting is close enough to the fence that you could say maybe some embers just happened to.
Well, and they wouldn't be lit during the day, which was what Curio was saying.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so the best time, well, anyways, the best time would still be at night because then the
We're under
ones
cover
that
of
aren't
darkness.
active are asleep, whereas during the day, everyone's going to be awake and out doing
True.
all their stuff and everything. So night would still be the better chance regardless.
Very
Okay.
true.
Catherine is gonna go ahead and pull out the deck of illusions.
Can I
So we're doing this
have
during day?
Moro
Shouldn't we
and
possibly
Luna
wait for nightfall?
Well,
roll?
she's just kind of investigating it at this point. She's not actually gonna draw a card right now.
And I'm muted.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Meteor.
Can I have Moro and Luna please roll perception checks with advantage?
Okay. Do you need passive perception for any of the other party members or just those two?
Yeah, passive perception. Yeah, and I'd like to
Passive
know
just a
everyone's
straight up
passive.
10 plus. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hans is a 17 passive.
Mine's 16.
mine's
Okay.
18.
Okay.
And then passive
Though
for
keep
Mora
in
would be
mind,
16.
Luna would tip me off to anything. So.
Right.
So what?
And Luna
didn't-
crits it. So Luna, I'm pretty sure notices.
So yeah,
Moro
Is it
Luna,
rolled pretty
advantage
well,
or
too.
straight roll?
advantage. Because
It's a sniffy thing.
it's actually sound based.
So 15 for Mora.
Okay. So Luna,
It's like
so as you guys are talking, Luna's ears just kind of perk up.
and all I hear is sound from her head.
Yeah.
Sound.
And
And she's like on high alert.
So Lilia, roll me perception now as well, please. So yeah, Luna picks up some kind of sound. alerts you to
Where
it.
is perception?
This is all while
Perception.
this whole conversation is going on.
Am I advantaged or just normal?
Just straight. 14.
Not bad, but not great.
14.
Okay. You do not really hear what she's trying to get you to notice. But so she just kind of looks over to the side and says to you, "Hear thumping."
Well, are we the next
Thumping.
the next captives? Are they coming for us?
Thumping.
Mm-hmm.
Not sound like she rolled nat 20, so not sound like goblin.
Not sound like goblins.
Sound like footsteps.
Well, could be goblin footsteps.
No, too big.
Oh.
druid footstep?
Ooh. Safflin will cast Pass Without a Trace on the group and say, let's move.
Okay.
Preferably away from the sound.
Okay, away from the sound. All right.
Out
Uh,
of sight.
Yeah, out of
Because
sight.
that's
at the
what
very
Pass
least.
Without Trace does, is means we won't leave
Yeah.
trail.
Right.
Okay.
So we can go out of sight and hide and
All right,
see what we
so
see.
everyone roll stealth for me then. And add
10.
10.
Mm-hmm.
So 25.
27, and then San's 36. San has stealthed onto another plane.
Oh. Callan rolled a nat 1, which is
an
still a
11.
13.
Well, okay, yeah, 13.
I have a 36.
Yep. San and Curiel has stealthed onto the same plane.
Okay. And this is a group check, so we'll go with the average, which so far is very good.
Aurora's?
One moment.
I'm doing the druids.
I forgot
right
we're
now.
back with other people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoops, that one. I forgot to do that.
Everybody gets plus 10.
Yep, so 28, 26,
roll?
24 for the
Yes.
druids.
Yeah, I did.
Aurora
rolled
got a
twice.
nat
We'll
20.
take the first one, yeah.
Well,
Aurora got a
and
nat 20.
He
Hi, buff.
Yeah,
he has
minus 1.
Aurora has downside, so the 6 is what he took.
Yeah, he has disadvantage.
Yeah, he
Oh,
has
okay.
disadvantage.
Okay.
So it's 16.
Because of being Goliath?
I'm not sure. I think it's
Probably
because
'cause of his armor.
The armor.
Yeah.
I think he has heavy armor. That's
Yeah.
usually
Chainmail
why
is
the,
heavy armor. Yep.
Yeah, it's usually why the paladins have a stealth negative.
All right. So yeah, you all did pretty good. While you're stealthing out of the way, Callan kind of trips and starts to fall, but then who rolled the highest? Probably
Curio and
Pika.
San both rolled the highest. They're tied.
Yeah, I was surprised we actually got
Okay,
the same
so
number.
both of you then, you catch Callan mid-fall. Like, one of you catch each of his arms, and his face is just like an inch from the ground. And so he has not hit the ground. You guys catch him and keep him from making any extra noise.
Carry him off into the woods.
And you still have, so you said you're going away from them, from the
Yeah,
footsteps, right?
we were getting out of sight, out of the path of the sound. So if there's like bushes or anything that we can hide behind, we are hiding.
All right, but you're hoping to see what's causing the footsteps, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and not be seen.
So you'd have to go like further towards the footsteps in order to do that, because the footsteps were a ways off to the side.
Okay, so they
And
weren't coming straight at us.
Yeah, they weren't coming straight at you. So do you want to investigate the noise then?
I think San would.
Okay. So you all make your way towards the sounds that Luna heard. And
Could I say that I'm still trying to listen to hear as well?
yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll me another perception check, please.
Because I'm trying to.
21's
I'm
much
trying
better.
to catch it.
Yeah. So as you're getting closer, you do end up hearing it. You just hear just like heavy footsteps.
Poor Rude.
Okay.
Sounds like we may have a giant or an
Hi,
ogre or
okay.
similar on our hands.
So
Is it coming? Let me ask this for her sake, since she can hear it. Is the sound coming from towards the goblin village or from somewhere else?
it is coming from away from the goblin village, but seems to be moving towards it.
Okay. Because she could hear it clearly, and that would be something that she would probably pick up on. So that's why I
Right.
asked.
Right. So you guys all rolled really well on your stealth. So you kind of hide in the bushes around where it sounds like the footsteps are going towards, and you just hide off to the side to try and get a look at what is making these loud, heavy footsteps.
Curio
And-
hits so well you can't even see his tail.
You see a band of 5 ogres, a couple of which are carrying chains.
So those would be the buyers.
And they are heading straight towards the village.
Now you know what the powers would look like.
We do.
I don't know how well you could mimic that.
I can't pose as all 5.
And they walk right past you, without without noticing you whatsoever, seemingly.
Was that a roll to check if they noticed us?
Of course it was.
And they're like, yeah, no.
They rolled a 5.
So tempting to roll a crown of madness right now and have them turn on each other. So tempting. But yeah,
Cool.
so I have 2 options here. Because either way, we're going to want to get to the village ahead of them. If we at all can.
Well, we know where they're coming from. I would assume they would be going back to that way. Couldn't we just get them
Alternatively-
after they buy them?
Yeah, alternatively, we could camp out here, wait for them to come back with their merchandise, and then take them out. If we think
Yep.
our odds against 5 ogres are better than our odds against a goblin village.
Typically, how strong are ogres?
So, to describe them, so an ogre is a giant, basically. It's classified as large, so
They are actually large, like
it
these.
on the map it would take up 4 squares total, 2 by 2.
Larger than Nihon large.
Yes, larger
Yeah,
than
they're
Nihon.
considered giant.
Okay.
And they carry these big clubs with them. You would know this. Ogres are quite well known. They're known for like their quick tempers and rage.
It's really
They
easy
really
make them
tend to
angry.
lash out.
Yep.
You need a user.
They're very quick to lash out, even amongst themselves or stuff. I don't know. The crown would probably do pretty good.
Is anyone
Crown would
proficient?
probably do great, but we might
Is anyone
wanna do
proficient in history?
proficient?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh, Callan is.
I think it's just Callan.
Okay.
I have
I'm plus
jack
1.
of I have jack of all trades, so I get a half
Okay.
added
Yep.
to it.
Callan doesn't know anything.
I'm plus 1. Should I check?
Yep. So no extra
only if you're
bonuses to
proficient.
history.
Yeah, we have to be trained in it.
Yep.
And train history, you just lose your bonus.
Is Aurora trained in history?
He is not. I just checked.
Dang.
Where do
He
I see
took intimidation.
proficiencies?
It's
Uh,
the black dot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be the
There's a dot next to each of the stats,
Okay.
and if it's filled in, then you're proficient.
Athletics. Okay.
right, and because I'm a bard with jack of all trades, I have half proficiency in anything I'm not proficient in.
A bard is good at stories, so I
Yes.
would suggest allowing Safi to do it.
Yeah, if you're half proficient, I'd allow that. So go ahead and roll me a history check. Nope. Yeah, nope. Okay. So yeah, you know they're very quick tempered and stupid in general.
Mhm.
My brain is going to the troll in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot
Yeah.
like that. Yes.
I think our best bet is to tackle them once they've left with the prisoners.
Then
So that the
fighting a whole
prisoners
village.
are out of the camp. Yeah. And I'll tell the druids this as well. Our best bet is taking these ogres out once they have your friends.
I agree.
Yeah. I can't imagine them being smart enough to come in one way of the village and then leave another one.
Yeah, I can't see them not coming back
shortest
this
route
way, but
is
we
the
could
best
also
route to
trail
take.
them
Yeah.
if we're worried about it.
Lem is gonna say it would still be good for us to post at least one person with eyes on each of the entrances and exits,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
Yeah. We can go ahead and do that. I also think, based on what we know about them, they're quick to anger. They're probably not very wise. So mental attacks will probably do very well.
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to persuade one to help us out, if not multiple.
So if you make
well-
good friends.
The three druids volunteer to be the ones keeping an eye on each entrance. We can do it easily with our rings.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we could wrap up by 9 because my stomach is suddenly getting really bad?
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So is that the plan then? So as you guys are kind of discussing this, you are trailing behind them a bit, and you watch them go into the village.
Right.
They kind of stop at the gate, and talk to the goblins briefly, and the goblins like kind of just let them in. No
I
issue.
will hand San the butter knife,
Okay.
just because I am not foolish enough to think that San will leave this camp without trying to steal from this tent.
Yep.
So I'm going to give her an opportunity to get there,
Okay.
preferably while this trade is going on.
Okay.
Or directly after the trade, because they'll have new gold in theory.
Okay.
Doing it before the trade and before the gold's put away would probably be unwise. So they will notice.
All right. So is there anything you guys are wanting to do while they're in there?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I mean, we can't really fly over it now to look and see what's going on or
I mean, I
anything like
could.
that.
I know I can't. I need an hour to attune to the boots.
Yep, you undid that,
To the
sadly.
boots. Well, I wasn't expecting to fly anywhere.
I mean, invisibility can happen again.
I has invis. I has 2 uses.
You could do that should you want to.
But those are things that we might
But-
need
Right.
later
know.
on.
I is aware.
Okay. All right. So you camp out at each of the entrances. The bulk of you camping out at the one that they went in. Several hours pass. Like they are in there for a long time.
I'm assuming San is attempting to steal at some point during this.
We will let her decide that next time.
Okay.
I think. Because yeah, I'm sure she will as well.
It's on. Yes, she
Yeah,
will.
and we can retcon that afterwards. Because I think she'd like to be here for the stealing.
Probably.
Yep.
I've stationed her up near that tent
Yep.
for next time.
If
Okay.
San dies, we want it to be San's fault, not ours.
Right.
Correct.
So the bottom one, is the one they went into. On the map.
Yep, the one we
Um,
were closest to when we were scouting. Yep.
Right. And so, like, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours pass.
Probably takes a long time to have a discussion with.
Reach an agreement. Yeah.
Broker deals with
Exactly.
dumb
Uh,
ogres.
about 8 hours later. So it is getting into mid to late afternoon at this point. You finally see the ogres starting to leave. And there's 2 ogres that come out first. Behind them, behind those 2, is 4 druids in chains.
Only 4?
And then behind those 4...
There were only 4 that we found in the camp on our search anyway.
Behind those 4 is 3 more ogres. And as they come out about here, those 3 kind of get in formation around them. And they start heading in a different direction than what they came.
But they did come out the.
They came out the
Same
same
entrance.
entrance, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But they're leaving, so like they came from down this way, and they're going this way.
Okay.
Okay,
It's off to
so
the side.
I would say we kept Callan at our entrance so he could telepathically message somebody else.
Yeah, so Callan can telepathically message all the druids and let them know came out this side. And yeah, Callan that whole time would have been telepathically monitoring all the druids in case they spotted them. But so they head out the village and go off into the woods to the right. Are you guys following them?
We will
But-
follow them, and because we'll want to wrap up soon,
Yeah.
I will just say that for the sake of out of combat actions,
Mm-hmm.
Saflin is waiting for the moment that they are out of visibility of the
Okay.
goblin camp
Okay.
and is poised to cast
Round of magic.
a command.
Okay.
Command. Okay.
Or Crown
I
of
think-
Madness, either. Is poised to cast one of those 2.
Okay.
My first thing that I'll just say my first thing that I'll be getting up is my guardians
Okay.
and try to get as many people close into me as possible.
Okay.
I'd
Yeah.
highly recommend the crown because they'll fight
Yeah,
amongst
Yeah,
themselves to high heaven.
I'll probably just do the crown. I can't do charm person because giants are not humanoid. They're giants.
That's correct.
So
And you guys can discuss tactics and whatever over the week in chat if you want. But we will go ahead and end it there for the night. And yeah, good job scouting out, guys.
Yay! No one died.
Yay!
Yeah, no one
we
died.
avoided
You guys did
combat
really
this
good.
session.
Been a lot of
e-
talking.
Even the wargs didn't detect you, which is great.
One tried.
Yeah,
It did try.
so you got a 19 with your stealth. One of them rolled a 19 on their perception.
Mm-hmm. So he noticed the sound.
Yeah, so he noticed the sound, but then he couldn't get high enough, like not even close to high enough for like smelling you.
Yay!
He rolled with
I'm not
advantage
a
and got like an
sneaky
11. So, yeah.
Stealthy
Cleaning
cat.
yourself has its
Stealthy
bonuses.
cat.
So you guys are following behind some ogres, and next time it'll be a rescue mission.
Yeah.
Yay!
So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.